Well, as you heard me earlier say that we're having some audio difficulties, I'm hoping now that we are back reconnected. If you could, again, if you'd be so kind to send it back to me. I'm back. Thank you, Bob. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening other than I've got a brand new computer, brand new headsets, and I want the old back. But we're gonna traverse through this. Okay, we're back up over 30 states again. So it looks like we might be connecting again. So all right, we're going to try to go back to this, and I think I was talking about whether you were at the 40%, 50%. I just wanted to start at kind of that rookie level, that if you are purchasing your own leads and you are, you have no support from any other agency manager, then that's typically where you will see where we suggest you to start an agent. Now, if you are at a 85, a 90, a 95, or 100% contract, you have the discretion to start an agent, because we're going to talk about that right side of the chart there in front of you. When we start talking about management levels of achievement, that's where you see down there on the right side at the bottom of the chart where it says 80% in the middle. You look to the left and it's showing you production levels of achievement. To the right, we're talking about management levels of achievement. So as an area trainer, when you see the worth of saying, wait a minute, I can affect more people's lives. This is why I took my role at Gordon, because I could see touching more persons' lives through talking to folks just like you, through being able to reach out to other agents and encouraging that agent to reach out to another agent. And so that's where we'll get to that here in a minute, but I want to really focus on where I have had my highest levels of achievement prior to the last 2 years when I really started growing my own agency. I want to talk about how that you can climb all the way up to 120% contract by going out and helping. What I talk about, remember the number 3. Number 1, go make it happen for your personal income. Number 2, when you make it happen for your personal income, you will bless your family, your church, your charity. You will bless them by putting them in safer cars, by putting them in safer neighborhoods, by giving them trips of a lifetime that you can do a couple times of the year. That's number 2. Number 3 makes the first 2 happen by going out and protecting more families. And that's what we're talking about on this left side of the chart. The more families that you are able to help, the more issue paid dollars that you do per month, you will be blessed with a higher contract. Now, if you are, let's say you are a high achiever, you're already at 100% contract, which is not easy to get in this business. As far as typically you have to show some production level. I'm going to just use 100%, saying that if you're at 75%, by the end of the year, you can be at 100% contract. How about that for a Christmas present for yourself? If you're on a 75% contract right now, by the end of the year, you could have a 100% contract. How do you do that? Well, in the notes below there, I try to explain that a little bit, but let's take you at a 75% contract now. In the months of April and May, you do 5,000 issue paid dollars per month, 2 months in a row. Issue paid dollars. Take your monthly annual premium, take it back even further. Take what your client is paying per month to the insurance carrier. So if you just sold an average policy of $86 a month in the mortgage protection program, You multiply that out times 12. Now my average, at least starting here in 2016, is a little over $100 per month, but let's take it for ease of numbers, and let's just say $50 a month. So you're getting half of what I am getting because you haven't quite got the hang of how to really connect with the person you're sitting with, or how that you can really try to search for that money, how that you can try to put somebody in a better position by looking at and asking them strategic questions like, do you get a tax refund every year? So that you position them a little bit better per month. In other words, you find more money to be able to help them protect their family. So $50 a month times 12, $600 annualized premium. Soak that in for just a second. So you helped one family, one person for $50 a month of a premium. What the insurance carrier will come back and pay you would take that monthly premium times how many months in the year that the client will be paying the insurance carrier, and the insurance carrier will come back and pay you your contract level. And your contract level we are saying is 75% in this illustration. So at 75% of $600, you just made $450. Now we use that $600 of issue paid premium to go towards your issue paid dollars for the month. So you helped one person $50 a month. That's $600 of annualized premium. As long as that goes issue paid, in other words, the carrier gets paid on it and you get paid on that before the end of the month. That's how it becomes issue paid versus submitted dollars. That's crucial. If you do not go issue paid by the end of the month because there's other issues or it doesn't get approved, that's not the IP that you see on the Copper 5000 IP. 5,000 in this month of issue paid premium. On average, you help, if there's one person you just helped for $50 a month, and you do that 9 times this month. In other words, you're writing, what is that, 2.5, not even 2.5 policies per week. That's a real part-timer. I love part-timers. If you're doing this on a part-time basis, that's how I did it that's how I am currently doing it. My main focus is how I can pour into our agents here at Gordon Marketing. And I still sell on the side. Now I am at the highest contract level because I have gone through every one of these levels, and I have put a couple of months together in a row of over 50,000 issue paid. So yes, I am at the highest level. So when I make a sale, I get paid more than what the carrier receives in their first year. You'll understand that here real quick as we go through this, because at a titanium producer level, you are making 120% of the first year's premium that's getting paid to the carrier. Yes, yeah, you're making more money than what the carrier is even going to make in the first year. And how most of you are able to be on an advanced basis, as you know, you get paid pretty much immediately. As soon as the carrier gets paid, you receive a check, a deposit in your checking account within a day or two of that carrier getting paid. So realize that when the client says, hey, I don't want this to come out until next month, I don't want this to come out until the end of next month, you will not be getting paid. Even if it goes issued, you will not be getting paid until the carrier gets paid. So that's issue paid dollars. So you have 2 months of 5,000 in a row, 5,000 issue paid. You move from a rookie status to the copper producer level. So as a copper producer, you get to walk across stage next year at our expo to receive a lapel pin that shows you as a copper producer. If that is your highest level that you achieve in 2016, at our expo next year, you'll be walking across stage as a copper producer. Let's keep on going here. I don't want to elongate this too long, but hopefully we stay online this time. I think we've just about connected everyone back, so thank you for your patience still. So from that copper producer level, let's say you do your next 2 months, you do 10,000 issue paid in a row. So in other words, so we're talking now, you go from April and May. In April and May, you did 5,000 in a month. Now you become a copper producer. But in June and July, you actually do 10,000 in a month. Well, please follow the chart and understand the rules. You do not go to an 80% and jump a level and go to a 90% contract. If you read below here, there's levels. You qualify for the next level, issue paid must be attained 2 months in a row. So there's no jumping of levels. So do, for your own benefit of blessing others and blessing your income, continue to do next month, instead of doing 10,000, do 15,000. Instead of the following month doing 15,000, do 30,000. But understand, your levels will grow at 5% increments. So now you did 2 months in a row of June and July at 10,000. You now move from an 80% contract to an 85% contract. In August and September, as long as you minimally do 10,000 in a month, in August and September, you will be increased to a 90% contract. Now check this out, guys, because you just went from 75 to a 90% contract. You just gave yourself, and let's say that you are on track, you are making approximately $7,000 a month to start off the year. On a $7,000 a month, on just a 5% increase per year, and you are continuing on that $7,000 per month, do the math, and within 12 months, you'll be at $100,000 income after you get 100% contract, because you'll keep growing. As long as you keep growing from 100 to 105 to 110 on a $7,000 per month. So in other words, when you're at $7,000 per month and you multiply that out times 12, you're at 84%, or excuse me, you are at $84,000 on just a 100% contract. 20% of $84,000, you add another $16,000 to that. If you keep increasing your, and if you just stayed at $7,000 a month, the only thing that you'd be receiving is an 85% contract. But once you're at 120% contract, you are working less hours, and if you wanted to continue just to make $100,000, so in other words, I'm talking about pushing yourself hard over the next 12 to 16 months, and you could achieve a 120% contract, and at 7,000 issue paid dollars, which basically you're helping 7 families a month on a 120% contract, you're making a 6-figure income. Let's go back to our illustration. So in October and November, you now let's see, so we're moving from 5,000 to 7,500 to 10,000. In October and November, you do 15,000, and you go to a 95% contract. And in December, and it does have to go into January, but December is your first month of qualifying for a 100% contract. So you do 20,000 issue paid dollars in December and January. February 1st, you're on a 100% 100% contract. Isn't that a nice way to start 2017? On a 100% contract. Oh, guys, I still get excited. I still resell myself on this program. You know, just when I see those targets, it's exciting for me to be able to go into this program knowing the more families I bless, the more I'm able to bless others. The more I'll be able to increase my giving to church. The more I'll be able to increase how I can bless my family. Hopefully, the producer level is you followed that quite well. Trying to maybe go a little bit more, trying to hit some of the questions here. And no, you don't, Paul. Wonderful question. What if we have a slow month and we don't hit our target, and you don't hit your target? Then absolutely not. Once you have achieved this level, you are locked in, period. So good question, Paul. Thank you for thinking that through. And so all you do is start the next month. So in other words, you've done, you know, you've gone through your contract levels, hit each level. You're on a 100% contract. So in February of next year, when you're at a 100% contract and you have a slow month and you take off 2 weeks because you wanted to go and celebrate with your family down in the British Virgin Islands. What a wonderful way to be able to celebrate. Guys, you worked with me, I am at the 100% contract, and you only had 2 weeks to work. That's tough to do 20,000, 25,000 issue paid in February, a short month already, and to try to hit your next level of achievement. But when you come back at the middle of February and you start setting up March, you are still on a 100% contract. So in March, when there's, you know, one of the longest months of the year, you can be setting yourself up well to do a $25,000 month, because in March and April you hit 25,000, you will be rewarded with another 5%. There is no other business I feel like better that I'm familiar with in the nation where you can give yourself a raise by working, guaranteeing yourself a raise by working a little bit harder. And let's jump over to the management levels of achievement, because this is where you really start to become more aware of a lifestyle versus just creating a life. I still love to go out and produce. I have, I'm going to be out in the field tomorrow for those of you who are on our Fed program. One of our key trainers, Matt Dworsky, who is averaging $3,900 a month in annual premium with the clients that he's sitting down with our federal employees. He's going to be spending, I'm flying him in to do some training with me so that I can be more efficient to help our federal employee agents to be able to go out and write higher premiums. So he is able to do $3,900 a month per client. You help 3 clients, and that is on a 50% contract. So on a 50% contract on the federal employee side, you go and help 3 clients a week, and you're on track to make over $250,000 with 3 federal employee. I digress. On the agent levels, so you see on the producer side, I love it, whether it's the MP side or MP program or the Fed program, the agent levels are totally different, completely different from one another. You're able to grow your business on the MP side. On the Fed side, there is not hardly any growth at all, because of the way that we are structured, and the way that there's free leads, the way that the training is. It's a totally different program. So I guess maybe that's why it'll be good to bring that up now, that it is, if you're looking to grow your commission level, You're going to do that on the MP side, and a wonderful, marvelous way to be able to give yourself raises. You won't have that on the Fed side. There's very limited growth, very little growth. The biggest growth on the Fed side you'll find when you start to hire agents. That's really where the growth will be on that side. But on the MP side, look right there as an area trainer. You go out and you, quote unquote, and I put this in, in quotation marks, you hire an agent. Understand what it means in this business. Just like if Gordon hired you as one of our agents, you are what you'd be considered a subcontractor. Not even really at that level, because you are strictly a 1099. Gordon Marketing does not pay you any income. We provide you the training, the conduit to be able to get connected to carriers who you're able to reap some of the largest contract levels in the nation because of how per Mr. Gordon and the way that he has built this company, that we have literally the largest contracts of any FMO in the nation, and we're able to hand that out to our agents when they have produced, when they are growing. So that's why you see these contract levels going all the way up to 125%. You go to any other FMO out there, they start to sometimes give away, their contracts like candy with no support, and they'll give you a 100% contract because you follow the mirror. But then when you want that support, when you want that training, when you want cutting edge programs, they forget your name. We promise not to do that here, but still give you the opportunity to grow all the way up to a 125% contract. That area trainer, so on the right side of our chart, going down to that area trainer, let me show you here maybe a little bit more of an illustration of what you'll find as an area trainer. This is all I'm talking about. I'm talking about you going out and hiring. You train someone to do what you do. If you see my scrabble on the bottom of that sheet there on your computer, so as an area trainer, you see yourself, and oh boy, I start thinking of sometimes when I saw, oh goodness, what do they call it? We're the soap company. That I think, oh, circles. Well, I could draw a house there, or a Gordon emblem. The circle is the easiest thing to write, but this is no sort of multi-level, pyramid. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you going out and being a legitimate performer, moving a legitimate product, helping legitimate clients, and you teaching someone else to do that. So you are duplicating yourself. The easiest way that I describe it is a McDonald's. They found a concept that my 9-year-old daughter can do a better cheeseburger than what McDonald's can, but look at the concept that they did. They found something that worked, and Ray Kroc went to the McDonald brothers and said, hey, do you mind if I buy this from you? Ray Kroc now is worth more today than he ever has been in his times when he lived. He is worth now more dead than he ever was when he was alive, because they found something that was very simple to replicate or duplicate, and it works. To this day, they still do a phenomenal business, even though they've had their ups and downs, just like every business. But they are still one of the most world-known duplicatable systems that if you want to go out and you want to become a McDonald's owner, you have to show proof that you have $1.25 million in the bank before they'll even speak to you. And then you have to have $750,000 of non-chargeable income or assets that you can break ground and still keep the 1.25, in other words, $2 million before you can even say that you're really a McDonald's restaurant owner. Wow, you guys we have what I feel like is a far superior opportunity that literally has almost no startup costs. You and we go out. I have Randy Kololenko. Bless your heart, Randy. Talking to him, and he was saying that, you know what, I don't want to spend any money for leads right now. He went out, and I've got to hear from Randy how he did. He went out, and isn't this ridiculous that somebody nowadays has the ambition, the audacity to go knock on the door and to talk to somebody about insurance? You almost feel like you're taking your own life in your hands, but good for you, Randy. He said, you know what, I don't want to spend money on leads. I'm just going to go out and see, my neighbors and my neighborhood. Wow, when I hear about people saying, well, I don't have money to buy leads, I don't have the $100 to go to Meridian, Mississippi to go and have a phenomenal program, to be a part of a federal employee benefit program, oh my goodness, go knock on a neighbor's door. Go and sell some insurance. You go and you write one policy on a 50% contract, you're making $500 on an average policy, guys. $500 for one policy. Good luck with doing that with any other business. Management levels. I digress. This is fun for me. I thoroughly enjoy this. I want you to see how that you grow in this program. You have just immediate ways of you being able to build your own lifestyle. So right here on at an area trainer, that's you going out and talking to somebody else saying, hey, do you want to go and sell some life insurance? Or maybe a little bit better of a way to say, hey, are you interested in caring about others, protecting others, their assets? And hey, we've got some folks who will help you get trained in this business. You just getting somebody to one of our area trainers, a Keith Love, a Greg Stanley, a Daniel Byrne, a Jim Meixner. Our area trainers are interested in helping you build your team. Isn't that ridiculous? Because we all are interested in building a lifestyle. So you go out and you have one person who did one policy this month, and you do that 2 months in a row, you go from a 75% contract to a 80% contract. And guess what? Let's do the same thing on this side, and we'll button this up here just in a few minutes because I could go into more detail, but I think you've caught the idea, you've caught the vision that each month, each person adds one person. That's all we're doing on this business. Up until you get to be a district director, basically all you're doing is adding one, each person is adding one person. You are teaching people to do what you are doing. So as a district trainer, you've caught the idea there. On a district trainer, you are doing exactly the same thing. You train someone to do what you do. Almost could be a song. You train someone to train someone to do what you do. So here's you and your agent you helped get started in the business last month, and now both of you are going out and doing the same thing. If you're interested in creating an agency, that's what we have here. What's the blessing about this is that you are not now all of a sudden having to cut out checks. In the insurance world, you're able to have a downline. Every agency manager, if you don't catch this concept, that's okay. If this is something that is that feels weird, it feels like you're trying to I don't know what you're trying to do, but you listen to just like Vern on the call last week with this. This is all he has done. When he flew out 5 of his agents to come and visit with us 2 weeks ago, good luck trying to afford to do something like that and feed them and to be able to take care of his agents to say, guys, I believe in you, now go work. That's all you're doing here. And just like the gentleman that's going to be on our call this week, oh my goodness, Doug, he has taken this concept and he is ruining it. I guess we'll call it a ruining it in a real good way. Doug, in the last 5 days, now I think he said since last Friday, so from last Saturday to Friday, $19,000 in a week. So if any of the naysayers out there are saying, gosh, I don't know, really, are you able to do 50,000 in a month? Well, Doug just did 19,000 in a week. Then he's had $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 weeks already several times in just the 6 months. That this was a brand new concept that I helped roll out to Josh Zettler, who is, oh, guess what? He's the one who helped Doug get started. And guess what now? Doug has duplicated that. So what you see there, the whole concept that I want you to catch here is on this side, on the management side of the business, you're creating a lifestyle, because that wonderful question that Paul came up with, the question that Paul, yes, Fred, Amway, yes, I guess that was the place I was thinking of. And yes, you're right, to franchise yourself. This is what's so wonderful about this business. Now you franchise yourself without the startup cost. And you, instead of you going out on the production side of the business, which keep doing that. I'm 54 years old and I'm writing more than most of you guys, which is ridiculous with my full-time job that I have here at Gordon. That is ridiculous. I say with tongue in cheek, with a smile on my face, but if you are ambitious, if you want to take care of your family like I want to take care of my family, and you would not say that you love your family any less than I love mine, would you? You don't love your Lord any less than I love my Lord, our Lord. So now go out and as they say, let your walking prove your talking. You have that slow month like Paul talked about, and you only write a couple thousand in a month. No matter even if you're on a 120% contract, if you're only writing a couple $1,000s a month, you're only making a couple $1,000s a month. But over on this side of the business, on the management side of the business, when you are out pouring into your agents and helping others to duplicate what you're doing, guess what happens when you personally have a slow month? That's not brain surgery, is it? You're able to figure that out real quickly. If you have taken time to cultivate, nurture, care about, nourish your agent base, and they're out there taking care of families because they want to be on the Friday call, they want to be an agent who's making it happen, you receive the override. So you on a 100% contract, and you can achieve that on your production side. So you can grow both of these at the same time. You can focus on one. You can focus on the other. It doesn't matter. You will grow your contract base by whichever side that you're focusing on. You may grow your management side faster than your production side because you really stink in the field. But you can plug people into our webinars and our conference calls. You can plug people into your caring spirit of how that you are a good teacher, but you just didn't do very good in the field. I was being a little facetious there, but that just isn't your niche. You didn't go out and protect a lot of people, so you weren't growing that side of the business. However, you can go out and be able to train agents to do what we are teaching you to do. Guess what? Your contract level still grows. And when you're at a 100% contract and you're hiring somebody at a 50% contract, do the math. You at a 100% contract, just because you had a couple months of 20,000 issue paid as you grew through the levels, you're at now a 100% contract. You hire somebody at a 50% contract and they make $50,000 their first year with you. You're at 100, they are at 50. You just made $50,000 by helping that one person do what you teach. Isn't that a lifestyle? So that when you have 1 or 2 or 3 persons whom you are helping to build this business. So in other words, go out and really, really, really learn this business. If you're a newer agent, don't even think about trying to be a part of the Fed program. That is not for you. If you're a seasoned agent and successful, then you'll probably get a phone call sooner than later from me. But grow. Go out and prove that you can go and produce, or you can go and recruit. Because you really are, you're a recruiter over here, but you're much more than a recruiter. We cannot take your agents by the hand and every day help that person. It just won't be able to happen. So you've got to, if you're going to hire somebody, that you're taking on that responsibility of saying, I'll take your phone calls late at night, early in the morning. When they're helping other folks, now there's so many times you just need to, say, hey, go to Tim's webinar, go to Tim's, there's so many, webinars that we have recorded that talks about Phoenix, that talks about Mutual Home, talks about Gerber. And if you've got a lazy agent just trying to get you to get them fed, no, you need to find another agent. But if they're saying, hey, where do I go? What do I do? What's next? Oh my goodness, praise God for that person, because those are the type of people I love working with. When I say, hey, go check this out, go look at this, go do this. Not when you are giving, catch this, not when you're giving someone fish. You remember that, right? It's because we teach people to fish that they can feed a community, not by just giving them a fish. Not without getting too much into philosophy here. Guys, I love you. I want to not only watch you prosper, I want to help you prosper. And to be able to watch Vern's group out in Las Vegas, where he bought some leads. Oh my gosh, guys! I think they were saying they were between 10 and 15 years old, or they felt like it, but they were somewhere around 2 years old. And yet his agency last Saturday morning, they got together for 2 hours and made 16 appointments on what looked like about 2-year-old aged leads. So don't think that you have to go out and spend $40, $50, $60 per lead. If you have to drive an hour or 2 hours, find those $1, $3, or $5 leads. We have them out there. We can get those. We can get you in contact with the companies out there that provide those aged leads. We don't. The only thing that we do is have a limited amount of areas that we provide the new leads for $41.20 a piece. Guys, I hope this has been beneficial. I appreciate you connecting on, and goodness, I know we've heard some problems with the audio. So I hope you've caught most of this. The bottom line is, whether you're going to be a producer or whether you want to be a agency manager, both options are there. I encourage you to work out some details with if you're a part of an agency now, your agency manager understands how this works. He wants you to go out and duplicate yourself. This is probably the only type of business. You go to any established insurance carrier and you start talking about hiring somebody, they'll laugh at you. Say, no, son, that's our job. In this business, your agency manager is encouraging you to go out and duplicate yourself, because he knows the more successful you are, the more successful he will be. Just like our example this Friday, Doug Boyd out in Kansas. Josh Zettler, one of our agency managers, who is encouraging Doug to go and hire. And now Doug is out hiring agents, and now also leading by example. Guys, if I'm doing this, you can do this. Thank you, Doug, for being on the call this Friday. You want to plug in every Friday at 11 a.m. You're going to listen to an agent who is making it happen. Every Tuesday at 11 a.m., you will find some sort of training on helping you become a better agent, and that may be just a better agent in the MP field, in the talking about single premium whole life, talking about guaranteed issue, talking about IULs, talking about annuities. We do it all in the MP side, the mortgage protection side. Next Tuesday, listen in. We're going to go back to setting appointments. I have a gal who is setting appointments like nobody's business. I want you to listen to Jody Curtis on the phone setting appointments. We will have her on the webinar after I do a short PowerPoint talking about what do you want to say on the phone call, whether it's an age lead or a new lead, and then I'm just going to put Jody right on the phone. May even try to have another agent or two that we can tap into and listen to them setting appointments, or at least hearing their script. And whether they get turned down or not, guess what? The very next word you'll hear, it's not those agents who are being always so successful and doing the huge business that I'm most impressed with. The ones who really impress me, the ones who go on the trips, the ones who have the six-figure income year after year after year are the ones who get knocked down. They almost get their teeth knocked out and they get back up. That's going to be key to your success. Get back up. We should probably find a level of saying get back up club. Guys, I hope you have a phenomenal day. I'm going to encourage you to be an agent who's making it happen. Be an agent who's making it happen for your income. Be an agent who's making it happen for your family. Be an agent, if you're taking care of number 3, the first 2 always come. If you be an agent who's going out and protecting that family who sent in a lead, protecting that family who's asking you to help them, your income will blow up and you will bless your family, your church, your charity like you've never done before. Look forward to seeing you guys connect on the call on Friday. Have a great Tuesday. God bless.